Hello crafty friends, welcome to the channel. This is Gloria Parra, today for Bella Blvd, and I am super excited to finally be able to document some 4th of July memories from last year that I had been waiting for the opportunity to come. So this week I was challenged by the Bella Blvd design team to use my Life 365 collection focused on the July pattern papers. And as you can see, they are fabulous for these photos. I also, friends, have separated the items that will work since this collection, let me tell you, is fabulous. It has all the year, all the seasons ready to be scrapbooked. So I just went ahead and separated all the July ephemeras that would work with this layout. So as you can see, I have them on my little sorting trays here that I adore, and I have them ready to go. I also have the chipboard piece here that has this fabulous rainbow, this flag here. It has this hello that could work. So I'm gonna see what I will use from that. I am also going to incorporate my very trusty Bella Besties pattern papers to mat my photos and do something fun with those. They are a must-have. And I have a little older collection that's equally as fabulous that I am going to try to incorporate some items because I want to really focus on the fireworks for this layout. So I have the words ephemera here and the icons ephemera. And as you can see, they will pair beautifully with this here. Okay, so if you have this collection, friends, take it out, mix it up. I also brought in some of my acrylic words. This America word would work awesome. We have memories, blessed. These stars, I think, will look fabulous. And this one is a little dated, but I think I could make it work beautifully. So we're gonna start, friends. We're gonna start in height. I really hope that you will scrap along with me and let's create something fun. So friends, we're gonna start our layout and we will have a white cardstock as our base, and we are going to cut into these 2 patterned papers. And thankfully, Bella gives us 2 from each because I wouldn't be able to decide, friends. Both sides are amazing, so thankfully they give us 2 in the 365 paper package, so you won't be needing to make that decision. So let's cut our branding strip here on both papers, and we are going to cut some vertical strips to start creating a fun base for our layout. So let's start with this star paper, and we're gonna cut, it's easier this side, 1 inch, 2 strips of 1 by 12. So you repeat that cut 2 times, and we're gonna have 2 borders there. Now let's move to our fireworks paper here, and you're gonna cut a piece of 3 by 12. And that's gonna give us our borders. Let's move that aside, bring in our white cardstock, and we're gonna place this paper on the left. This will be tucked behind this one, and this one will come here. Okay. That's gonna start our base, and it's already looking good. I will then bring a couple of Bella Besties. So yeah, I have the polka dots. They come in polka dots and in squares, like gingham, I believe it's the correct name. So you get the polka dots that have like a grid on the back, and you get the gingham and stripes. So they're fabulous, really, really awesome to have on hand, and just, you know, stretch out those collections and keep creating. So I'm gonna use the smaller Bella Besties for a little embellishment that we are going to create together. But I'm gonna back, this is a 4x6 photo, so I'm gonna back it with this, and I'm gonna have it come to this side. So friends, I have my photo matted with the Bella Besties blue gingham and red polka dot. I have my borders here adhered, and I was thinking of bringing from the border strips, I had this paper here with the tags and the borders. I would really like to bring a blue element on this side, since we have this dark blue here, and that way we can like balance the layout out a little. Okay, my idea is to have 4th of July as my title, so I think I will be using that die cut there. I am also bringing in this fabulous Luna alphabet puffy stickers in blueberry and Macintosh. Okay, so it's the red and blue, and I'll see which one works, or if I'm gonna change my mind to the freedom die cut here. I don't know. We're gonna start here with the layout. So I want to teach you how to do a very fun sort of pinwheel, but a little different than what you're used to seeing. And for that, you will need a 1.5 circle punch and a 1-inch circle punch. So 1 and 1.5, some small like paper scraps in red, white, and blue, or if you have the Bella Besties, I invite you to use them. Okay, so let's punch. Let's start with the bigger one with a 1.5, and let's punch 1 circle of each. So I love that here we get both sides with the pattern, and it is just this like a tone on tone, and that's gonna work great with this little embellishment that we will create to mimic those circular elements there, like the fireworks or pinwheels, whatever you want to call them. And they are very easy. We actually need an extra circle, so you can punch it from any paper scrap that you have around. I'm gonna use a white cardstock here to adhere my circles. Okay, so bring in a bone folder or something where you can really press this circles flat. And what we're doing is just folding them in half, and with a bone folding, scoring them tight. So repeat this with all of them. Just keep in mind the lines, the orientation, if you're using the Bella Besties. That way, if you see the inner part, you're gonna be straight. And let's just fold them in half and score them flat. I will move this aside so you can see what we're doing, and I'm gonna come in a little closer. Okay, so you're gonna put some adhesive on the bottom part of your half circle here, and we want the opening part to look to the left. Okay, you just have to follow this pattern so you get a nice even like pinwheel or flower. I don't know what you want to call this, but it's gonna be a nice little embellishment that we're gonna make. And like I told you, these are great to use some scraps that you have like sitting around. Okay, so if you want to use the lines there, you can just open it and use the side that you prefer. Or we can have one gingham, one polka dot. And we keep this pattern going, trying to cover the circle that we have in the background. And you just tuck it in the prior circle. Okay, I like using this kind of adhesive, but because I can move things around until I'm sure that it is adhered as I want it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna follow that pattern. I like that pattern. If I find my red one, yeah, it's here. So you can vary all of them, or you can repeat the patterns that you like. And here we have the little pinwheel that we will place. We can place this little flowers on top and they will look really, really cool. So you see, it is a very easy way to create a pinwheel without all the folding parts. And you get to use those scraps and create a fun element that is unique to your layout. So here I will pop that little flower up with some foam adhesive, and I will create another one the same size, and I will then create a smaller one so I can use it on the other side where I have the thinner border. So just let me ruffle these things up. I like giving my florals a little texture whenever I can. And there it is, friends. Okay, so one little tip here for your flower. You can just put your finger inside and open it up a little. That way it looks more as a pinwheel and we can have that little extra dimension. So I'm gonna adhere this piece on the left side, and I was thinking of adding some hand stitching or machine stitching to my paper strips here because they always call for some extra texture, to me at least, so maybe I will add that. But first I will create my other two pinwheels. Okay, so repeat the same steps to create another one, and you can vary the sizes. If you have a 1 1/4 inch circle, you can use that one, but I'm gonna use two 1 1/2 inch circles and one smaller one for this corner to create my visual triangle. So friends, I have my photo backed and I've added a little tab here that says the best day, stars and stripes. This is my mom with my daughters. So yeah, I love that this is a big photo and my daughters with the cousins will be down here. Okay, so I've also added some machine stitching on all the borders, and if I had a little more time, I would have made that hand stitching because it's, you know, the embroidery thread is thicker and I love the texture it adds, but I made it with my machine and it looks great as well. So we're gonna start adhering our layers here, papers and photos. That way we can go to the fun part, which is the embellishing. At least that's the fun part for me. So I think I'm gonna pop that up in a little bit, but first I'm gonna bring in my title, which I think I'm gonna stay with July here. I'm gonna have it here popped up and on top, Happy 4th. Okay. For my little clusters, I have them divided. I have my 3 pinwheels. There you can see them. And I'm gonna bring in this big one here at the bottom. So let me move this a little and just tuck that there. I'm gonna bring this one a little down. I'm gonna bring the other big one here, and I'm trying to nestle it where it won't cover the little word here and my mother's face, of course. I don't want to cover that. Behind it, I will place the like fireworks. And the idea is to make this layout burst like if fireworks were just all around my pictures, and go back to that memory that was that day that was so fun, full of just fireworks and lots of laughter and energy, you know? So I love this little chipboard pieces. These were actually from the older collection that I told you, Fireworks and Freedom. So if you have that in hand, go ahead and take it out, or if you want, I will leave those affiliate links down below so you can check out the collection and purchase it if you are looking for a 4th of July collection to add to your stash. So I also love this big one. I love that one and was thinking of maybe bringing it here, but I think it's too big, or here, and that one here. But really, I think I will stay with these smaller ones and just, I think it looks better. And I want little sprinkles of stars and like enamel dots all around it. And I love that. I really love how that's looking. So I'm gonna start adhering. So I'm gonna be using my 2mm and 3mm foam adhesive to pop some things up. And I want to start by popping my little pinwheels here. So I'm gonna cut 3 squares to have them be a main piece since I've gone ahead and created them. So yes, I want them to pop up from this page and to tuck the other fireworks underneath. So if you don't like bulk, friends, of course, you can leave that step out and just adhere them flat. But I really love my pages chunky, and I don't mind the extra bulk. Yes, I will put that one coming a little more to the right. And you can later add even more foam under the stars. That way they won't be so flat there. So here it is, friends. I have everything adhered. You can see the layers and the dimension of the embellishments. I also went ahead and printed my journaling on some strips and popped them up on some of these foam adhesives to have them layered up a bit. So now that I have my journaling adhered and all my embellishments, I'm bringing in some puffy stickers, and these are the trinkets. They are part of the basics that Bella have, like the Bella Besties and all these super fun alphabets and little trinkets that can be used to extend your collections a little bit. They come in tons of beautiful colors, so I invite you to check them out. And I will choose a couple of stars here just to add them like if they were coming out of my clusters here, so I can have one medium blue, a red one. I can have a little heart maybe. So you see those will just be the finishing touches for this layout. And I hope, friends, that you are inspired to create and document your memories, your 4th of July memories. And I hope, friends, that you've learned something new today. So I invite you to check out the Life 365 collection. You can create beautiful things with that, paired with older collections that you have in your stash. And I hope that you like what I've created today. So thank you very much. This was Gloria Parra for Bella Blvd. Until the next time, bye friends.